Time for a sample of a finished Goltr Beastpack member. So, that is a monster-sized base with glue tack all over the place. I did not glue anything down yet. Never do on these things. And I wanted to point out a couple things besides the fact that, number one, they are very wide. So if you wanted to try mounting something on there, good luck. Maybe some of the Wadroon Raptor Riders might be able to be modified, or the Thunder Rider guys. But outside of that, I think you're going to have a challenge fitting anybody bow-legged on this thing. It's just so big. Yes, the heads themselves are modular, like the instructions, which I actually read this time, mention. Basically, it boils down to having armored, or I'm like every option I grabbed was an armored one, maybe, or less armored. They're all basically armored. I mean, that's the thing. I guess if you really, really wanted to have a bunch of giant wild boars, you're kind of out of luck. They have the trappings of civilization all over them. These barding shield things on their sides are kind of interesting. I wanted to point out, as I grab the Mohawk one here, you don't have a helmet on your head. There's no real reason you can't use whatever you want for these. It doesn't mention it on the instructions, but I've played with every single one of the options you have. Sadly, you only have 3, but there's nothing stopping you from using any of the 3 included. Or I guess just green stuffing it over and leaving it blank if you really wanted. But yeah, there's no real issue there. Grabbing a unfinished one. I love this one's crazy mohawk it's got going on. Really easy to construct. Obviously, it's just head slides in and you're done. But they're big. I mean, they really do take up that real estate on those spaces. And I mean, they may not be the tallest necessarily, but they've got the bulk to go head to head with stuff like the Yoroni, or, you know, I'm just grabbing some of the larger Conquest models I've got. Maybe the spires may be taller, but these guys definitely have a bit more girth to them. When you actually put them into, you know, comparison with actual human-sized Conquest models, you can see that, you know, they're going to be kind of intimidating based on that size. Obviously, these guys aren't in stands for a regiment, so I guess that's kind of cheating, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. Do you? And that's the thing I keep really coming back to with Conquest, is just the sheer variance of models between each faction. I really got to give Parabellum credit for the fact that we've got so much distinct in such a short amount of time. Feels short, but I guess it's been a while since the game's really kind of kicked off. But, you know, there's such a huge variety in terms of units, design, factions in general, and we're still getting more. I mean, there's basically, at this point now, I mean, after really giving the Nords a good hard look at, number 1, what I've already got painted, but number 2, what kinds of leaders and what actually have access to the Goltr. I mean, you could run for just about every army, not all yet, but just about every army has an option, at least, if you wanted to go high-valued, low unit count, you know, faction. Yeah, if you go with certain Nord stuff, you're going to end up with a bunch of, you know, ogres and trolls and werewolves and giant boars. I mean, if you wanted to run just, you know, Animal Farm, you basically can. So that's kind of cool. I hadn't really realized that. I'd kind of seen it brewing, but the fact that most factions are continuing to just get so many interesting units, you know, from a visual standpoint, it comes off very cool. And I mean, it's not like I'm knocking any of the other games out there. I know some people always say I'm a bit of a GW naysayer, and that's more from the price, but at this point, everything's expensive anyways. To me, it's just that with like GW stuff, we kind of keep seeing a lot of the same old. Whereas I feel like with Parabellum, we are continuing to see something new and different, or at least a new take on it, and considering the sheer variance of models between each army, I'm pretty pleased with that, and at this point I'm almost ready for them to see about digging out some kind of a dungeon crawler just with all the stuff they've got. I mean, heck, we've already got the skirmish mode. We've got the rank and file mode. Where's our dungeon crawler mode? You know, give me a deck of cards making a dungeon or something so I can throw all these monsters at it and I'll be in 7th heaven, because at this point I've got quite a few. They're a lot of fun to build too. So with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.